it's part of my exhaust. I had to put it on because the car's a little loud. It's only got straight pipes on it, no mufflers or anything. And some of the events I go to, they require the noise to be a little bit lower. So I put those on, but right before the hairpin back there, I lost one out on the track.
So the other one's out there still?
The other one's still out there.
You're gonna retrieve that for you?
Yeah, someone's gonna have to go get that. Or I guess I'm gonna have to go pick up another one. But I took this one off because you said, you know,
yeah,
I didn't have to worry about the volume.
It wasn't too loud actually.
Yeah.
That sounded okay.
Yeah, it actually isn't that bad, but the way that they shoot that decibel meter, sometimes it just gets you. Yeah.
In fact, that car there right now, that BMW,
Yeah.
it's on what average.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your car.
Sure.
Hey, and why are you here? What are you doing today with that?
So I'm just testing a few modifications I made recently. I've got an event next weekend, and I needed to get a little bit of testing time out there, and I'm happy I did, because there is a perfect example of why you need to test your vehicle before you get out there. But aside from that, I am running a little hot, which I need to do a few modifications to the air dam. I actually modified the whole front cooling system on this car. Yeah, so typically the radiator is laid backwards, so the air, when it comes through the front bumper, it blows right across it. The problem is that the engine is right behind it, and so you can't get a lot of airflow through there because the engine actually blocks the air as it passes through. So what I've done is I've laid it down forward, and I've created an air dam that pushes the air across the radiator, and then it stays inside of that shroud and comes out of the hood vent. So that hood vent's actually from a newer Corvette, and I just modified the hood to make it fit.
So this car, it's pretty much stock.
Yeah,
Except for the transmission.
Yeah, so it does have a few suspension and brake modifications. I think some of those kind of things you'd expect if you want to put your car out on the track. So it has a Hotchkis leaf spring suspension and sway bars, and then I have Hawk brakes and then EBC rotors. I have a mix there from another car I used to race. I found a better composition of different components.
Let me ask you that then. What about the brake fluid? What kind of brake fluid do you have?
Yeah, I got Motul 660, so it's good up to like 500 degrees, I think. I'd have to look at the bottle to verify the actual number on it, but if you just run the straight .3 or .4 and you're really getting after it, on some of these long straights, when you get to the end, you might lose a little bit of pressure there.
So to add to that, if you don't have good brake fluid, you'll end up coming through here at 110 miles.
Yeah, you'll be right in the pit lane if you're not careful.
Yeah. So good brake fluid's good. So tuned up engine or stock? Looks stock.
It is 100% stock. This car has over 249,000 miles on it. The engine has never come apart. It has the OEM head gaskets on it. I've never even taken the intake manifold off, so unless somebody did before me, it actually is still all 100% sealed. Like I said before, the only modification I did was the transmission. I actually had Liberty Gears build me a dog engagement transmission, so I took the synchros out of first through fourth. That way, when you're shifting, you get a lot firmer engagement, and you don't have those synchros to worry about.
So do you lift when you shift?
I do, but I only do that to be careful. But what I can do is I could clutchless shift. It's not recommended, but if you're at the right RPM, you can. But usually, I'm just off the gas, heel toe, get the clutch, and then get it in gear. So
what about the clutch?
It's actually just a pretty mild stock like clutch OEM replacement. It's not like a Spec 3 or multi-disc or anything like that.
So for a track car like this, how much do you think you have in it, roughly?
Well, I'll tell you, I paid $5,500 for this car with nothing done to it, with 240,000 miles. The transmission was bad on it, but I knew I was going to make some modifications anyways. So for $5,500 plus the build of the transmission and all the little things, I'm definitely under 10 grand, that's for sure.
For a great track car.
And for a really good track car. And you know, you don't need to have a lot of horsepower. Again, a stock LS1 with 240,000 miles probably makes maybe 300 horsepower, and that was when they were new. They were rated at 325, so it's probably far less than that.
Right. Yeah, nice car. Yeah. I like the scheme too.
Yeah, I just got it wrapped. I actually had had someone that local in Jacksonville here wrap it for me, and he did a fantastic job. The body underneath it was not great, but he hit a lot of those imperfections, so it's good.
So what's the event next week?
So I'm actually going to be at Optima Ultimate Streetcar event at AMP in Atlanta. So it's I believe it's the third event of the year. It was delayed. It was supposed to be in April, but it got pushed back to July now. And I haven't raced with them or participated in one of these specific events before, but I've been to other Optima events, and they're always a really good time.
So it's a good place to come and test the car?
Absolutely, and you guys are local. Yep. It's inexpensive. The people here are great, and you know what? They're here and they care about what you're doing with your car, and they want to help you too. So it's a very low stress environment, and it's not intimidating, which is really nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Give it a punch.
Take care.
Thanks a lot, mate. Thank you.